Hello, everyone. My name's Martin, and I went to Lords for 5 years between 2002 and 2006. So, Lords, and particularly Coach 4, was and still is a massive part of my life. And it's slightly strange because I left Wigan in 2007 and came back in 2012 and stumbled on a parish called St. Teresa's in Poland. And while I've been there, it seems like loads and loads of young people go on the pilgrimage and go on Coach 4. Um, and it's really weird because I still feel like Coach 4 is a massive part of who I am. Whereas actually, when I see all these young people going, it makes me realise that at 34, I'm actually incredibly old. And so I was touched. But the man, Mr. Anthony Turner, asked me to record a few thoughts about what Lords and Coach 4 has meant to me. And it's something that was really transformative for me and changed a lot because when I first went on the pilgrimage, I was 16 years old, shy, bumbling, socially awkward child. And I'd really been forced by my parents. My sister had been the year before and absolutely loved it. And I'd been forced to go on this pilgrimage. And I guess I'd also been forced to attend Mass since I was a child, I was an also, but really in church, I didn't have any faith. I was just going through the motions. And that shyness and that lack of faith really changed for me. I think mainly down to Coach 4. I'd sum up my years and experience of Coach 4 as a discovery of both faith and friendship. Over those 5 years, I discovered a faith in God that's never left me, as well as friendships, not only with those people, I guess, of my era who were there at the time, got two Claires, Andy Kay, Jen, Joe, Chris Parker, Terry, Rachel, Paul, Pete, and Liz. Auntie Malone's crew, Anthony, Chris, and Titch, and all their crew, as well as Jamie and the St Mary's crew that came, as slightly younger than me near the end of it. Those friendships and those bonds we've still got, and ultimately, those friendships I don't think will ever leave us. But I think the sheer aspects of growing a faith and being able to express your faith and the sheer joy and purity of that faith, as well as actually the joy of the purity of the service that you do while you're there, and how nice it is to be doing that for other people. I think those bonds between us, unite us. And I would just say that a really special mention for all the leaders that have been on the coach, before me and after me. The organisation, but more than that, I think, that leadership, that dedication and service that they were able to demonstrate was a massive example, as well as all the other people. Really a massive example. And looking back, my two coach leaders were Chigs and Christian for 4 years, and without their care and dedication, those pilgrimages would not have been the same experience. So Coach 4 and Lord, not only developed my faith and gave me lifelong friendships, but it's also given me this inner strength, which I think I've needed throughout my life. And it's been the best thing I've ever done, ultimately. So for those of you who have experienced Coach 4 and experienced Lords and don't go anymore because you're too old, you'll understand what I mean when you think back to those times, you think back to those friendships, you think back to those nights in the grotto, those moments where time stood still and you were speaking with God on a different level, and you'll always have those to go back to. And I would only say to those people who are still going, really treasure every moment and every pilgrimage. I know you can't go this year, but keep in touch with all those people on the coach, because they're the people that will keep your flame going, keep your spirit going. And when you do get a chance to go back, God and all of Coach 4 alumni, will be there with you to walk with you and support you through your own personal journey at Lords. So, yeah, I think that's all I want to say. Lords was and is a massive part of my life, and it's a really truly special place. And the friendships that you develop on the coach will stay with you for your life. So, all I know you're disappointed about this year, but just remember that there will always be another time, and that Lords is not just a finite place and a finite where that only happens there. Lords will stay with you wherever you are in the world, and whoever you're with, those friendships, those feelings, those bonds will always stay with you. So God bless, stay safe, and Coach 4 forever.